Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included with the Prehistoric Planet Pack, and today I'm starting a mission to get the lab Life Found Away. Title makes me think that we need to go to the lab, and in fact, there is this little asteroid here that I've not seen before. Metal poor, geoactive. It has volcanic activity with mixed boulders. I'm thinking that there's got to be something a little bit odd about the shape of this thing. Relica, hilarious. Let's go to the game settings just to make this super interesting. Gonna max it out. No teleportation. And let's make the impact happen at 100 cycles so we get that a little bit easier, or sooner, not easier, but sooner. And care packages, no. So my thinking is this thing's got to impact, and we've got to stay alive for at least 100 cycles afterwards. Let's do this thing. What could possibly go wrong in this mission? So this is the dupes that I'm going to be going with, and not knowing what I'm getting myself into, just picking my general purpose: digger, builder, and courier. Name of the colony is Life Found Away. Let's start this off. By the way, hold on. Impactor asteroid collision intends. Oh. In 10 cycles. Wow, okay. My scan indicate that the impact will trigger the eruption of all the geysers that surround our landing site, and we have extra geysers. In fact, maybe there's extra geysers here. Oh, there are so many. Oh. Initiate survival procedures immediately. Okay. All right. Really. Okay. So apparently I don't see anything. Oh, right. Maybe we've got to go visit this guy first. But we're not going to be impacted. We're going to be impacted in 10 cycles. What that's going to entail, I'm just going to have to go find out. This is not what I had planned. So my original thinking, I was going to get here. I was going to have 100 cycles. I'd set up a basic base. And before cycle 100, I'll go somewhere here, and I was going to create some obsidian vacuum tiles to kind of give some temperature protection so when this thing lands, we could survive. Well then, give me a moment, and let's start exploring. Just before we begin, I'm going to mention two things. First of all, I have not explored this at all, so this is going to be my very first time in this process. The other thing, I am not going for the locavore and carnivore achievement. If I get them, it's there, but I'm not going for those. This is just to get survival, and one thing I will do. Oh. 10 cycles. Okay, so now that is visible. What are some of the geysers? We've got volcano. There's cool / nice. Polluted water, salt, gold, cool chlorine, oil, natural gas, and 16 other geysers. I'm gonna start exploring left and right. Over here, we can make our way down, find a little bit of food. So, similar plan as last time. Dig out some of these, snack this fruit. Maybe I'll start to get a ladder going down because I'm curious if there's going to be anything strange in this research portal. So, starting to design a ladder, going down, some S digging going up. And I now give myself less chance than I had thought now knowing that this is going to be impacted in 10 cycles. Though, to be honest, I thought, and maybe there's nothing special about this asteroid. I don't know. I still very suspicious. Get in here, find some more snack this. Start looking for some buried objects. Let's unlock this guy. Okay, anything different, Eureka? That looks like the same thing. We get an indication. So I'm assuming it's just the same thing, but 10 cycles. 9.6 cycles left. This gives me a sense. Whoa. Is this a really small asteroid? Or are we just happening to be at the top of what might be a really big asteroid? Pause. Let's take a moment to go over here. Oh, it's not there. Unless it's one of these ones. Oh, look at that dash. The lab. Life found a way. Survive 100 cycles after Demolior asteroid collides with Relica. Survived 0 of 10 cycles after. So I'm assuming that's like 110 or 111 or something in that range. 0 duplicates death in the colony. Oh, this isn't a matter of having at least one dupe survive. We can't have a death. Huh. All right. Probably should plan the barracks and latrine. So here is my thinking. Currently going up here, and I'm thinking I want to permanently keep this on. I don't know exactly like what this means. Like, are these tile for tile what's going to be replaced? But we're going to also have hot stuff. So yeah, let's cancel that. Let's concentrate on our barracks first. And I don't know if this is... We're just going to do this. But I don't want to put my barracks up here, which is where I was originally thinking. I'm thinking, let's give ourselves a little bit of distance from whatever this is. Probably... My thinking, if I had 100 cycles in my brain, what I was preparing for is to kind of go up here quick within like the 100 cycle period before creating vacuums and getting some of the resources. So I'd like to get this critter back out of there. 10 cycles, I just can't see it happening. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do critter rant. Yeah, I think we're going to have to let him go. But yeah, okay. Probably the top priority, though, is getting this water out of here. Maybe draining that somewhere's down there after our latrine setup here. So I don't really care if we have a latrine necessarily by the end of this cycle. Maybe a barracks would be quite nice, though not essential. Not going to make that a rule. Okay, we'll see about putting that right there. Maybe filling this in there. Perhaps there's a chance we'll get our latrine made. Oh, okay. All right. I think the next goal, since we have, both a latrine and a barracks, is to save this water. Water, I'm thinking, and the lum. Is there any other lums around? What age are you? 146. I assume you're going to lay an egg over the next little bit. Oh, another one. Oh, 108. Let's concentrate on the water first. So next step then, oh, hold on. I don't want to take that out, at least not yet, is to dig out a path for some water to land. Well, if we're going to go up here to get resources, we might as well make a ladder. Okay, well, worry about, I'm just in my head trying to figure out what tube to bring in next. Normally that was going to be scientist. That I'll have to think about it once we get there, but I don't know if that should be the goal or not. 28,000 calories, so my dupes are eating twice the amount of calories. But water's just so important. Okay, so there's a spot there for that. I'll make a plan to get up here. Plan now is to go over here and bring back some of the material that we might lose otherwise, including the water. This guy, okay, we'll come back to him. I'd like to get that critter down. There's also some water here. Now, dupes are going to be getting their feet wet. I'm just fine with it because this critter here, if we could trap this guy. Somebody. Yes. And I can lower him. Yes. Thank you for taking a step right there. Let's take that out. Let's get him out of harm's way. All right, so we've got that. I see this. This is going to be I mean, we could harvest that technically at the moment. My mind is overloaded with what to do. Oh, okay. We need to get up here to why can't we reach? Oh, I see. Get the path across there. Maybe while that's going on, just I'll dig a path out to various buried objects so I can maintain my calories. Got a path for various buried objects, trying to avoid where the water is so we don't get our feet wet. Oh, still waiting for this. The idea is these are buried objects that I'm going to be losing. They're free calories, so I want them. See some over here as well. I want to snack this. Okay. Interesting. Let's put that there and that there. Allow this water to mop, get out of the way. Maybe another thing to bring back is some of this metal ore. Actually, having a dupe that's particularly strong might actually benefit me. Dupes can sleep down here where they're nice and dry. I haven't done anything with oxygen. Do a little bit of no, let's, oh yeah, we can do some mopping up just so that if I explore this area, we'll have our feet wet at least, or dry. A little bit of water stayed there. Let's just concentrate on going over here. See some snack. This critter right here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything about for you, bud, though. You're not the direct line of attack, but I suspect you're going to get really warm. Part of me wonders, do I try insulating with vacuum tiles? I thought I was going to have time to get obsidian and fill all around this guy. What's over here? It just looks like we've got kind of a space type thing. Anyway, that is fine. All right. Gonna think about what to do next. So next thing I'm doing is digging out some metal. We're gonna sweep it here. Let's take this, snack this, get that. Well, probably be eating that before this thing lands anyways, but not necessarily utilizing all this metal. So my thinking is let's mine it out first. And we'll get metal ore, nickel ore, sweep only. So I can say all this stuff that I think we would otherwise lose, let's put it into here. New dupe time. So I'm feeling the pressure. So the specialists are now in. We've got carpenter here, very strong in construction. Since I'm envisioning I want to build a lot at high priority. We're going to set up a laboratory here as well. Just going to knock this over. Oh, maybe we'll get up here and take care of this as well. And maybe that too. Let's go to priorities. Tell courier to start storing high priority. And we'll start mopping up. Oh, here's another. How do I best get over there? I'm gonna take that down type of thing. Interesting. Is there any way I can convince you to get the heck over this far left side, bud? It's probably going to be too painful to... Okay, there's that much. And oh. No. Didn't make it. Didn't make... Oh, no. Let's try that again. Now, yeah, I can't do it. I can't afford... I gotta... So sad where this abyss light is. Look at... Of course they would do that. We need to start growing some food. I want to put my laboratory in here. Probably next time I would avoid getting this area wet. Maybe go above this. Anyway. Can now form our laboratory. I'm going to put in a research station right there. Get in a manual generator. And the one thing I would like to do, trying to minimize research, not bringing in a specialist on that. Oh, really? Seriously? Let's try that. No. Let's take this out. Actually, not. Maybe I shouldn't even bother with the spin, actually, but that's fine. Let's get this built. That is giving us a laboratory. I'm concerned about food. Specifically, I want a planter box. I think they've collected, missed the metal up there, but you know what? I can let that go. That at least is going to give me some metal. And if I drop this, maybe do this just to make sure no one gets trapped. And then if I dump the contents, take that out, we've got metal down there for our base. I'll do what I can for this guy, but there's no guarantee. That's halfway through cycle 4. I guess I'll think about where we're going to go next. So I am going to attempt, as best as I can, to create some vacuum tiles for heat protection from us. I think this uranium ore is just simply lost, as well as the lead that's in there. But as I go up, I see shale can be 800 degrees before it melts. I'm just hoping that there's enough buffered material that's cool enough that it won't reach 800. I don't feel great about it, but you know what? But there is peat, which melts at 269. I don't want to see that around. Dirt, on the other hand, 3, again, don't want to see that around. Nickel is actually much better. Don't have any metal ability tiling. But yeah, okay. Well, let's go on then. Do what we can. Actually, I don't like this path now that look at that one closer. So this is the plan. We want to make this stairway system going up. That's why I have a dupe that's really good at construction with us. Both have that going on over here and over here. Oh, did that get off script? Alright, let me patch that up. I guess the rest of the dupes are over there working anyway. And at this point, we should probably be focusing on food to... Oh. Okay. Made the assumption there's sweet corn seed. Well, we see some sweet corn. Oh, you dupes. Things are hard enough without you being friggin' dillweeds. Okay, so start our process of making some vacuum tiles. Okay, that's promising. Doesn't take too long. Take that out, take that out. So now we've got a vacuum protection for that little section. But we're near halfway there, 5.9 cycles left. Grow the first sweet corn stalk. And then you guys maybe open up this area. Let's go up. You did such a good job. Let's do this same thing over here. This time don't get stuck. I wonder if we could get back to trying to save this guy. Kind of have to like do this before. Oh wait, he can't step out there anymore. You know, wow, it's going to be a whole lot less work to just dig that whole thing out, to be honest. And let him fall down. Okay, okay, we can't dig through granite, so I'm just going to have to go up here as close as I can get it. Good, good. Click clear, here, here, and here. Continue the plan, continuous. Okay, didn't get that built. Dupes. So I'm not really worried about anything that's on the back side. Okay, going up here as well. Slowly dig that out. 27,000 calories. Take, and take. At some point, I'm going to have to learn the pattern of going flat instead of just diagonal. Start experimenting with that. Do I care? Do I care? Should I even... Okay, that brings salt water down there. Not that I think that's the most important thing. But let's keep getting as much of this vacuum tiling down there as possible. I'll think a little bit about how to go this way and then up and then hopefully be able to cross here And then wait for... Oh my goodness, time passes so quickly. So we've got this done up to this point without the ability to dig through granite. We're just going to live with that and see what happens over here. I'd like to see if we can reach the Bissolite. Going to kind of do this up and down type pattern. And I'm going to also see if we can sneak out some of this nickel ore. You guys are eating, okay. You do not want to go eat there later on. Snack fruit. Take that and take that out. I'm going to do the same trick as before and basically say sweep only. Take metal, nickel, ore. And okay, we'll dig it out first. Hoping I actually have time for this. Let's start to fill this in. Okay, kind of. I've done this before. I just don't remember. All right, new dude to help out. Gives me the opportunity to make some vacuums here, 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 and here. Get another one. Hold on. Whoa, whoa. Okay, so that is the nickel ore. Let's collect that together, guys. In this bin. I want to take that out. Build right there. Eventually we'll be digging that out, but I'm glad to see that we're going to be able to save you. Courier with their super strength. Pick up all this stuff for us. Oh, forgot to select that. So with this last piece going in there, we can destroy this. And the tile underneath it. And let that fall down below where we'll have access to that metal. Okay, fine. Just sleep there, courier. Start the process of digging towards this way as well. Oh my goodness, cycle 7. Oh, this is gonna be nuts. This is just gonna be nuts. All right. Let's continue on, dupes. So we gotta get this done and then move on. We don't have time to fumble around. It may already be too late to try to save our base. Okay, 1, 2, and one more. All right, so that is going to give us temperature protection from there to there. Now we need to kind of meet in the middle type of thing. So I'll design something to try to do that. Before we do that, let's get, yeah, you out of the way. Start digging like there. Dig. Oh, no, don't go up there. Don't go up there. Just, oh, I see. Yeah, okay, do go up there. Doing this pattern again down there. That was just a small amount of nickel. We've got the other nickel that was here, right? Whatever, let's just throw that maybe there. Okay. Start filling this in. Come on now. Piece by piece by piece. Now, calories. Oh, because I've got dupes. I can't be ignoring that. We are... Oh. Not taking care of that. And a new dupe. So now we're bringing in chef so that we can start to cook. So it takes us up to 5 dupes. I think I might actually stop at 5. At least for a bit. Let's put them in a schedule. Kind of. Push this over. Put chef down there. Now we've got this wire going in with our micro mesher, of course, powered up next to a water source. Be able to actually use that. Now we've got a skill we can give. Oh, we get a skill we can give everyone. Construction. Carpenter with construction. Chef, obviously, with grilling. Courier with carrying strength. And miner. Oh. This gives... Ooh. This gives me some pause to think. Apparently that pause to think not going that well. Yeah, I can only get through granite, can't I? So, anyways, I could extend this. If I've got time, maybe I'll look at that, but I think the priority is more protecting the center, the base. So we'll do that. Go, so we get there, we'll go up like this. Now, the only other thing I don't know, are we going to get hot liquid that's going to touch this? I almost wonder if we need to have like a buffer. Of course, we have material sitting there that'll also act as a... I'll do it anyways. But yeah, the more material sitting on here, I'm thinking might be more ideal. But just to be safe, let's kind of do this. For the first time going at this anyway. And. Oh, okay, goodness, guys. We need to produce our food fast. So even... yeah, no one can die. Let's get that snack this one up there too. And start making mush bars. Now that's going to cause some labor there in the manual generator. But we can't starve. Take that out. Start filling in the middle, our top layer. To some... Oh, I can hit that from the bottom. Okay. Making our way up like this. I'm going to say let's just add one layer and see if that's going to be enough with the plus the material that's underneath it. Calories, 15,000. Where is the mush bar? 4,000. Let's make a little bit more. Okay. I'll do the similar plan up here. So add a little bit of buffering up here. When this lands... Oh, no, I was going to say maybe it's good to have a bit of gas in between here and there, but I think there's going to be molten liquid. So I don't really think it matters whether I do this or give a gas layer or not. Whoa, okay. This is... I was not expecting this. I could go... Where does granite melt? 600. I mean, I think the best I can do is just maybe add just a little bit more. What about bleachstone? Yeah. Whatever happens there, happens there. Haven't forgotten anything, have I? From end to end to end. We got to seal this up before this thing goes off. 14,000 calories. Oh. Priorities. Let's instruct. Let's actually deny cooking. Unless you're good at it. Chef prioritizing on that. So we've got a spot up here that only miner can hit, so I'll instruct them that that's a bit of the priority. 2 cycles. 2 more cycles to go. Any final thing that we want to take back with us better not be on this side. Don't forget this one too. Now, I could do this after. Maybe after this hits, we could build sort of like if I were to do this again and realizing that I'm going to have the ability to dig through granite, maybe I would kind of make a path through that. Let's do that from the... Let's do it that way. Let's seal this up, guys. I really hate how you guys are choosing to come up here to eat, though. Oh. Okay, that's why you guys aren't going over here. So I want to go like this. My plan was to really go buried object hunting, but the urgency of the situation, I think, dictates doing other things. The once I get, where are we, calories? There, I'll just add in that, and let's just leave that. So we've got, now I've got to do this from any final thing I want to take with us. Just 1,000 calories. I don't know if it's barely worth it, but let's get that to be moved. Okay, and this is going to be so annoying. Let's just keep dupes on this side with low priority task. And seal this off. So that can become a vacuum. Maybe we'll kind of do that first. Focusing there. Stop going. Oh, you know what? Yeah. How are we doing for oxygen? Not bad. Oh, where are you guys going? Finding sea. No. Okay, down there. And down there. We just have one more tip. If I can just make one more tile. Eating mush. Drop it and go. Get this thing right here built. No, I knew this was going to happen. Okay. All right. Get a vacuum right there. do this from the downside because I'm not going back up there again. Okay. Fill that in, fill that in. Do that. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, I keep looking at the wrong thing. 1.3 cycles. Come on up here, guys. One 1.2 cycles. Insane, insane, insane. Yep. I know, I know. Okay, back here, back here. We didn't actually complete this. We filled those two in. Then we'll start some research. Maybe do air systems. Take that out. And okay, I think we're at the point I could either go in this direction and try to give temperature protection, or I could try to optimize the base. We're doing some research. I kind of going with the first option right now in my mind. So we're going to go ahead in this direction and try to give more vacuum protection. I think for the last cycle before we are impacted. Oh, it said something about geysers go up. Okay, well, we'll find out what that means. Cranking out calories here. Chef is on that. Don't have a latrine. I don't think that's super important, but I'm going to put that there anyway. Got research set as a low priority thing, so maybe we should... I think it would make a little bit more sense finding some buried objects. But let's make this the main path for everyone. Whoa, whoa. What? I meant to prior... Oh, we did get that prioritized. Few buried objects along the way. Oh, there's some... Snack this in here. $20,000 calories. Mush bars, less than 4. Now, miner. Maybe, I don't know if we'll have time to open this area up, but it's not very breathable. And I think that's pretty much going to be it. Yeah, let's bring in our researcher. Here is our scientist. Very strong researching skills. I'm going to go to priorities. Tell scientists they can focus on research unlike everyone else. Let's set them a schedule. Oh my. Have I done enough? Am I on to something, or am I missing something very significant? Oh boy. Here we go. What do we got? This is making me nervous, all this hut. Okay, so we're... Did we get a game freeze? We did. Oh, no. I've lost the ability. Hold, maybe I just need to let it open up. Oh, all the geysers popped. That's what it means. It's zooming me into this point. Hold on a second. I need to get a screenshot of this. Okay. Continue. I did suspect that there was a good chance that that might happen. The tiles above, in some places, like in here, we were okay. I needed a much greater buffer. See, like, maybe something like this. I got way too close. Way too close. I'm just assuming that this is... I'll let this play out. Well, if nothing else, I learned a few things. Oh, this is interesting to know. This volcano goes off. I don't know that this is going to be a hard mode problem for challenge for me. I think I might come back on regular mode. Yeah, and that... So with... I was just curious. The moment that a dupe died... Yeah. I don't care about those little things. Yeah, the moment that a dupe dies, that scratches that off. Not that I would think that I'd be able to survive, even if it was just one dupe standing. I'm assuming there's no teleportation in here. Oh, this kind of actually gives me a set. Oh, there is a lot of geysers. Well, I'll take in that knowledge. Just, I don't think it's the biggest deal, but here's the list of what I got. So there is cool salt, and I saw cool slush. Two of my favorite geysers happen to be on here. There's a hydrogen vent, which is awesome. I'm able to get metal from a copper volcano. There's an iron volcano, oil reservoir, gold for decoration maybe. Okay, so that's nice. And where are they actually? I mean, cool salt is here. That's a hot salt. So to the left is saltiness, not just to the left way down. Oh, sulfur. Didn't notice that. Polluted water vents. Carbon dioxide. So this is a risk, volcano. That is a polluted oxygen. That's infected though, but still interesting. Cool chlorine. This is a cobalt. Steam. So cool slush. I just want to know where the cool polluted water is low. Is that you polluted? No, it's another polluted water vent, I think. If I'm keeping track of this right. That's where the leaky oil is. Oh, where's the hydrogen? That's carbon dioxide. Not that I'm probably going to remember all of this, but... Gold. Cool salt. And salt. Oh, that's the same ones. I'm just getting myself mixed up. I'll look around and I'll see if I can find the polluted water vent and point that out. So I just cannot for the life of me find the hydrogen vent or the cool slush vent. Maybe they just don't go off. But there is a polluted water vent. That in itself, super useful. Another one further down. Not that I'm going to have any interest in any of these in the first 10 cycles, I'm suspecting. But anyway, there it is. My very first attempt at this achievement. Did not go so well, clearly. But let's just look over here. I think... Okay, this is probably the geyser analysis. This is probably what I should be focusing in. If I see the temperature, around 500 or so degrees is when this tile melted. A few of them did survive. So they must have just been under the 500 mark. Does it tell you where it melts? No, it's the current temperature. Melting point. It says 826. Even though this is made out of... Melting point 826. Maybe it's a bit higher than just slate itself. Either way. Yeah, I think this is the idea. I think I have the right idea. I just needed to back off further and make sure there's no vacuum, or I mean gaseous things where hot liquid could pour in. Huh. Maybe I should watch this happen one more time. Here we go again. I just want to learn a bit about exactly, because I'm assuming the asteroid is identical every time. Okay, if I could pause, can't. But I see just liquid, just everywhere. Just, okay, I was wondering if there's like a particular weakness. It's just everywhere. And I can't actually interact with it. I just want to pause. Okay, boom, paused. So we are getting, basically, it adds magma at 2,000 degrees all around. Oh yeah, and this is a good sign. Okay, it is actually, yeah. This is able to get up to what I'm assuming is going to be 826. So if we watch this, it's probably going to rise. And 826, boom. So that's the magic number, 826. That I need to remember. We need to back off, but we need to understand that this hot liquid, this is what I mean, kind of like a buffer. It's like, I don't know, right here. We've got even just like 2 or 3 tiles in. But I think the thing I have to remember is the mass of a tile is much less than the mass of stuffs. Okay, I think that may be enough to give me a few clues. I'm probably going to hold off on looking into some of the comments for a first little bit. But do leave comments and suggestions, because after I give up well, I'm not going to give up, but once I do this enough times, I'm going to be combing through any random advice that you guys can think of for me to be able to survive and get this this challenge. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.